Plaintiff Joseph Radamak rented a room in his home to the defendant, and he says it was a huge mistake. Joseph claims the defendant is a drunk, and he fought constantly with his girlfriend, who busted his nose with a 5-pound weight. Joseph suing for damaged property and rent. Defendant Brian Johnston says Joseph is the drunk, and he not only broke a table when he was intoxicated, but he also jumped off a roof into a 4-foot pool after a night of drinking. Brian says Joseph is suing for more than he owes.
Start with you.
Well, I've been renting a room out for about 6-7 years, and eventually rented a room out to this gentleman and haven't seen anything like this man before. He's came into my house, disrupted my house. He's constantly after work drinking, and even when he has his son over on Sundays, he'd be passed out on the couch or in the bed, and I'd take care of his kid during that day. He'd have his girlfriend over, Dee, and he would drink and he'd physically fight where I had to call the police on them 4 or 5 times. It got so bad that they were out in the middle of the street boxing with each other, physically hit each other, disturbing my neighbors.
Yeah, now that's not funny if the man was hitting his woman.
Not true.
Let me hear from you. Give me some background.
Yes, sir. I moved in approximately about a year ago. The man is drunk every single day.
He is.
Joseph, yes. Every single day, very controlling freak. I mean.
And he says you're drunk all the
Yeah,
time.
that's what he says. But
Are you drunk much?
No, sir.
Often.
I was, yes, sir.
Until when?
Until he got busted for drunk driving without a license and no registration, no nothing like that, and he spent some time in jail for that.
How long
He was
ago
staying
was
at
that?
my house.
How long ago was that?
Last year, Memorial Day weekend.
When was the last time he got in trouble for drinking?
He just ain't been
Right
caught
there you
yet,
go,
that's
my
all.
honor.
You have something to say?
Yes,
Stand
sir.
up, ma'am. State your name.
My name is Deanna Hoffman, and I did live for a short time at Joseph's. And he would drink a fifth of Southern Comfort a day, chased it with Mountain Dew, straight out of the bottle.
Not true, Your Honor.
He gets drunk, he falls down, he doesn't remember from day to day what he does.
Not true.
He has crashed his truck. I have seen him jump off the top of his house into a 4-foot pool.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Yes.
And injured his back.
That's
There was
how.
four
quite
witnesses.
Pretty
frequently.
stupid.
There was 4 witnesses.
Sir, they're very descriptive. At least she is. She's very descriptive, very concise with her testimony. I don't think I couldn't even make it up that fast, and I talk quick.
Well,
And I got a vivid imagination.
She's
huh?
had practice on that because that's what they've been trying to say ever since this case has been brought to court, Your Honor.
Okay, you brought it earlier to a different
Yes, I
small
brought it to
claims
a
court?
small claims
Lie
court, and it
detector
was
test.
brought here.
Okay, and they've rehearsed that pretty well. They've said
yeah.
it so much that they believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you look like you do take a little more of a nip than him.
Yeah, right. Sure do. Didn't jump off that roof, though.
You say, but you
I wouldn't be
jump
jumping
off
off
the
a roof
roof.
that's 30 foot in the air into a
Well,
4-foot pool
whatever
either.
the case,
But-
he's suing you all for damaged property and rent. So
Yes, sir.
he can drink enough to know you damaged his property.
Yeah.
That's
Go
right.
ahead, sir. Tell me what happened in the rent and the property.
Well, when I had my back surgery, I was living with some friends.
That's jumping off that roof.
Yep. No.
Where'd that come from? man?
That come from work,
Rough.
from overlifting. I ruptured a disc in my back.
Okay.
So I had
Sorry to hear
surgery
that.
and I stayed at a friend's of mine for about a month. When I come back to my house, I had a broken door, broken coffee table, broken chair, and he had a broken nose because she picked up a 5-pound weight and broke him in the face with it. I told him after that she was not welcome at my house ever again. About a month later, I'm downstairs sleeping. Them two are up there fighting and arguing. I wake up, come up to break the fight up, and told him she was not welcome. You disrespected me by having her into my house. I ended up writing out the eviction papers that night and handed it to him. And I called the police, and the police said they couldn't do nothing because she was in his bedroom and he was renting from me.
The police was right.
Yep.
You can't put the man's guest out.
No.
And when he's
Yep.
paying you rent. So the rent, which month are you suing for rent?
We're suing week by week. He pays me $70 a week from
Which weeks?
January 30th to March 27th.
Sir, let me hear from you. First, about the damage to the property.
Not true, Your Honor. The door, yes, I'm responsible for.
Well, it is true.
Right, but what he was telling me that he had a spare door in his garage. And I told him, when you find the door, I would help him get it down and help him replace the door.
And if you never found it, then what?
He never further even tried at all to even find the door.
Okay, but it's not.
And then when he get all drunked up, then I didn't mean to interrupt, but when he get all drunked up, that's when it comes, when you gonna get my door? When you gonna fix my door?
No, when
the coffee table he fell into, that's why he's got that split on his forehead, because he's so drunk. He was so drunk that he fell into the table. And then the table was broke because he sat on the table and the table fell apart.
That's because you and her threw each other in.
Right, yeah, it was just standing there all by itself, right?
Okay. Not
it was
sure.
already broke.
You have any estimates for these, for the damaged property?
I got the estimate for
What about the rent, sir?
I got the
Just give it
estimate
to
for
me.
the door.
Right, the rent, I do agree. Before I even got my first paycheck, he already had me in court for eviction.
Okay. And okay, you sold me something for the door, but what about the coffee table and the chair?
They were used, and I could not find anything, so I estimated its value. I got some pictures of the door.
Estimated the value?
It's $100.
That he got for free.
Okay, we know the
Don't matter
door.
if I got it for free.
He's admitted to the door.
Yep.
So, the door, he's admitting to that for $400, but he's denying $100. That doesn't make sense. If he was going to lie, he would lie about the bigger item.
Right.
Well, I have my statement from my other roommate that
They were there?
That Dee admitted to him.
Let's see it.
It's in the highlighted areas, Your Honor.
Ma'am, did you admit to anyone?
Your Honor, I was there when the door was broke because I was inside.
We know about the door.
Yes.
Did you
the
admit
other
to
items
anyone
he did
about?
not- No, no.
Yeah, she admitted about the door. Then I noticed a chair. It didn't say Dee admitted that. Say Dee admitted about the door, did not admit the chair. All right, and you admit the rent.
Correct.
All right, so he's admitting that he owes for rent. He's admitting that he owes the $400 for the door. So you owe him the $400 for the chair and the
chair?
I'm sorry. You're right. You got your mind is better than us. You drinking less than me and him. That's right. Go ahead. All right, $560 for the rent you've agreed to, and you agreed to the damaged door. And I'm going to order you to pay, sir, $960. All right? That's my judgment for the plaintiff, $960.
With the rent, yes, I do owe that. As far as the door's concerned, it's a brand new door. I don't know why I'd have to pay for a brand new door, but...
There we go again. You can't be man enough to admit when you did wrong.